Are you someone who's working too hard, in fact, more than your job description requires you to, but you're still scared to ask for a promotion? Or you're someone who has been told that you're almost there, but months go by and nothing happens? So this video is exactly for you. For a long time, I was stuck in that exact same place. And this is the framework that I used, and today I'll be sharing it in this career playlist video about the 5-step framework that you can use to navigate promotion conversations in your professional journey. I will also be sharing a few templates that you can use in your conversations with your manager. So let's move on to today's video. Before we jump into the framework, let's talk about the truth. Why promotions don't happen. Now, promotions don't happen because of 3 main reasons. Number 1 is budget constraints. Number 2 is the internal politics and timing. And number 3 is the lack of pressure from you, which is your responsibility. Now, you're often scared to ask for promotion. You are being scared that you'll be called too pushy, too dramatic, or going, beyond what you actually deserve. You would think all these thoughts. Like in my case, I am an immigrant, and when I was having my first job in tech, I had these fears of not being good enough in tech, or dealing with visa issues, dealing with having a stronghold in a new country, and just being grateful that I have a job. So maybe it's not the right time to ask for a promotion, even though I was working really hard. So all these fears kept me away from having these conversations. So there could be many reasons why you are holding back, but the truth is, if you're working hard enough, your role title and your compensation should reflect your growth. So there's nothing wrong in asking for a promotion. And promotion is not just about the work that you do. You have to manage perception. So it's a combination of visibility, negotiation, and timing. So all these things need to align when you're having these conversations with your manager, so that it makes their job also easier. So in the next section, we're going to talk about the framework. Here is a 5 step-by-step framework that I have used, and you can use it too in your promotion conversations. It's called the PRESS framework. You can see the full form here on the screen at the moment. Position yourself, request clearly, evidence, surface gaps and blockers, and finally set pressure. I'll be going through each of these in detail in the next section. So let's move on to the step number 1. Step number 1 is position yourself. In order to get a promotion, in order to move to the next level, you need to behave like you are already operating at the next level. So what you need to do is you need to observe a few people who are in the next level where you intend to go. See what sort of responsibilities can you take up. Like you can, in my case personally, it would be owning projects end-to-end, mentoring, technical decisions, talking to cross teams, aligning on different initiatives. So all these kind of examples I can use when I'm having these conversations with my manager. Like I am taking on leadership responsibilities, I am doing cross-stream projects, I'm mentoring junior colleagues. I want to discuss about how this aligns with my promotion or the next role that I intend to take. So this is how you act with clarity, and you make it evident that you are ready for the challenge. Step number 2 is request clearly. This is where most people fail. They don't ask. They assume that, people will notice and promotion would be given to you. You might be wrong. It's very important to not be vague and be absolutely direct in what you want. Be clear with your manager and ask them, this is the next role title that I intend to grow in the next 3 to 6 months. Can you tell me what are the steps that I need to take to go into that next level? This is very important, and there are studies in organizational psychology that prove that, if you have explicit goal setting, your promotion likelihood chances increase by 20 to 30%. If you don't say anything, your managers assume you're doing the work and everything is okay. So it's very important to ask for promotions. Step number 3 is evidence your impact. Your manager needs to see not just your efforts, but the impact that you made. Like, for example, the results, the outcomes, how your work helped the team or the business. This helps them in justifying your promotion case to the leadership as well. And how do you do this effectively is by maintaining or documenting a document of yours that you can, show it to them or you can refer to when you have these conversations. I used to maintain a proper Excel where I would, quantify everything. I don't have to quantify all the things that I've done, but the main ones or the impact that it has, 3 or 5 actual impact numbers should be enough in justifying your promotion case. And you can frame it something like this: over the past 3 to 6 months, I delivered X project end to end, I held ownership of Y project, or I reduced downtime by 20% or 30%, I mentored 2 or 3 juniors who are now able to work on these tasks independently. So this is how you document your impact when it's time to talk about your promotion case. Next step is around surface gaps and blockers. This is where the conversation can get a bit awkward. Now, your manager can give you reasons like budget, tenure, experience, etc. So instead of accepting vague answers, here is your chance to ask them or push them for more clearer answers. Instead of asking them, do I deserve this? You need to ask them what I need to do or what is missing that I need to do to get that promotion or to make it happen if I'm not ready now. What are some of the things that I need to do which is within my control? This shows that you're open to feedback, you're open to growth, you're open to learning as well. So you can frame it as, if I'm not ready yet, what are some of the skills, deliverables, or outcomes that you would like me to work on in the next 3 to 6 months so that I'll be closer to my promotion. So this is how you frame your conversation so that it sounds that you are quite serious about it and you're serious to feedback and growth as well. So the last step is about set strategic pressure. This is not about creating pressure in a toxic way, but you need to set pressure on them in a professional way so that when is the next timeline, when you can get a promotion or when we can have a next follow-up so that we can discuss more about this topic. If they try to evade the topic, you can always say that if I achieve X and Y outcome in the next 3 months, is it possible that we can revisit these promotion conversations? Or if they tend to go around budget, it's very important to ask them directly, is it just the budget that's asking or that's delaying my promotion? Would it be resolved in the next 6 months? If it is resolved, can we revisit this topic? And if they say that there's no chance for a promotion in the next 6 months and it is a blocker, you can discuss about a pay rise. If promotion is a blocker, would a pay rise be considered, or would an increase in my compensation be considered? So this is how you put strategic pressure on them, but don't do it like for every one-on-one or every weekly. Make it in the back burner, but make it a priority for every conversation so that they know that you are working on your tasks on the end, but are serious about having these follow-up conversations as well. So with that, we come to the end of the step-by-step press framework. I hope that will be helpful in your professional journey. Now, coming back to my story, like my fears plus my whole habit of being grateful kept me away from asking for what I deserved or what I think that I could deserve for a long time. I didn't want to sound too pushy, yet I was trying to figure out my space in tech. So I think the journey changed for me when I started documenting my impact, when I started being very clear and direct about what I want, when I had all these follow-up conversations. That's when things started moving. That's when, I saw the real promotion case being set up and being presented to my leads, etc. So it's very important for you to own your career journey. No one will do that for you. So I hope this framework helps you in that. But I would like to highlight here something that my mentor said. You should also know when it's the right time to walk away. When things are not working out in that timeline, you've given yourself a few more months, but nothing seems to work out. Your manager is pushing it away, and you have got other options that you can look in the market, but you were just not trying, hoping that something will happen. I think you should highly consider, don't burn your bridges. have a professional tone. Don't threaten them to leave, but just walk away professionally if you have the option to do that. So I hope this video was helpful. I will do more such videos on AI, tech, and other career related topics. Please let me know what sort of topics you'll be interested to listen to in this playlist. Put down your feedback as well if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching.